You know, actually, there's a few things that I really do like about Taboo Tattoo, especially for this week anyway, because this week kind of really only painted the fact of, well, for one, is that the princess of this nation is pretty ludicrous, for one, for her to just meet a homeless girl and then try and force her into slavery, you know, which did kind of almost force the said slave girl, the homeless girl, to stab her with an umbrella. So yeah, I do. So yeah, I like the little umbrella girl already. So of course, but the problem with that one usually kind of comes in later on when it comes to Justice using the tattoo he has to pretty much stop the homeless girl. In this case, her name is Itumish, and pretty much, like, you see him use it, and you get the idea that his tattoo not only gives him the power to destroy everything, but it also gives him the ability to heal himself, as well as that his wounds, they did actually heal, and that he did use his abilities to a very death-defying way, of course. But that's kind of a double-edged sword, or at least that's what they're trying to present anyway, is that they say that other people who did have the Voidmaker tattoo, it didn't necessarily work on them, and it just went and it rampaged about destroying everything around it, and including the person who had it. But the interesting thing about that, though, is that I still harken back to the first episode as to why was Justice given the Voidmaker tattoo, and it's probably because of the fact that, you know, he kind of wasn't evil, you know. But of course, like, they do fend off their attacker. Izzy gets away from Mr. Belmont, and RR Lurker, she gets away from him, and of course they fend away Miss Itumish. Of course, they fend her off too, and it's this entire wonderful moment which is kind of going on, and I'm like, I really like this series because it's doing something, for one, a little bit different than most of the other ones. Not necessarily trying to just sort of paint like this black and white, good and evil type of thing, because even our main characters are actually evil. I mean, even Izzy and Tom are planning things behind Justice's back, along with Toko. Like that, they're not really telling them all that much, because again, they're in the military. So you do kind of understand that. But then that also kind of paints our villains in this episode like as just normal people, as well as that they're not evil, that they're not villains, that they're not out to like just kill people and steal their money, like that they're doing this just to sustain themselves, you know. So, and you see this when like a mother cat gives its kitten to Lurker and the other girl, and they're just taking care of the cat, giving it baths and bandaging it up and even feeding it. So you do kind of understand that these people, that they're not necessarily evil, but they do take pride in their jobs. And this one does end on a very interesting note of like, well, the fight is about to start up again. So it's pretty much what I got. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. I'll see you next time on the next Jongravesshow. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.